Is there a randomizer? Oh well. Whew. No one on yet? Nah. I'll just continue to be here then. That'll be all good. Why was that thumbnail a coon? Because I was just outside for like 40 minutes harassing a family of raccoons in my tree. I tried to like take a picture, but my phone was like on low battery, so I just let it be. So, yeah. Like, I went to the bank, put some money in there. Got some birthday money too that came early, so I was like, yeah, fuck it. Go to the bank. I came back and there was like literally like 8 raccoons just chilling out, doing their own damn thing, and it's like, holy shit. And they all climbed up in our tree, and it was kind of funny. It was kind of an interesting moment to just kind of spend 40 minutes with like a family of raccoons stuck in a tree, just all staring down at me. It was weird looking at all the eyes. Things taunt my cat. I had to, like, these raccoons were, like, there was, like, this was straight up a family. Like, there was baby raccoons, there's obviously, like, you know, 2 adult leaderships of this family of raccoons. Like, I mean, I was getting my cat Bandit, and I was like, nope, you're not going outside. You're staying inside. I don't want you getting mauled by a pack of raccoons. No, thank you. I don't need to deal with that today. Or tonight. I'm not sure what their problems are with my cat, but they don't get along. Yeah, like, my cat just stared at one of them and tried to climb the tree with it. I'm like, no, you're not doing that. That's gonna be your first and last time you're fucking with a raccoon. You get up in his face. Yeah. I mean, one of the raccoons almost went up in my face. Like, it fell out of the tree, and I went up to it to be like, alright, I'm gonna get you away from the tree so you can kind of run off, because not all of them went up in this tree. Like, one of them stayed around nearby to kind of watch what was happening. And I was going to try to, like, grab it and kind of toss it away, but it started charging me a little bit. I'm like, okay, I had, like, a little block of wood to use to defend myself. I was like, okay, do I really want to...
I mean, you could always just leave them alone. They've been on their own for, like...
Do you know how often it is for me to just, like, see a family of raccoons just all chilling around like that? I mean, I'm a curious... I know, I'm a curious human. Don't judge me. Don't judge me, I'm curious. Oh yeah, but they're fun. Until they...
Especially rock people should. Their body size was like about yay.
Oh damn. One of them was probably about yay big. I mean, there was a big hunk sucker in there. I don't know if it was like a pregnant one or just a fat, huge one, but...
A couple of years later, we had the one without the tail, just had the bones sticking out.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Poor guy.
Yeah, probably got one or the other. Probably either got its tail ran over or got in a fight and its tail literally got ripped off. One or the other.
It's a tough neighborhood in Europe.
Well, I mean, nature's tough. I mean, that's what happens. Why is there just a fat thing of Cheez-Its in here? Got a fat thing of Cheez-Its, yes we got that. But yeah, so that was my night. Spent a good portion of it just harassing raccoons. Saw a huge peacock in my backyard. Oh shit. Yeah, actually, my dad saw a peacock in the middle of the street one day. a while back, and it was someone's pet, obviously, and it escaped, but it was just chilling in the middle of the road, just kind of doing its own thing. It was definitely an interesting story to hear that my dad found a peacock in the middle of our little town. It's like, you don't hear that often. You definitely don't. So I was just like, all right, there's peacocks here now. One thing everyone owns here is goats. There's a lot of people with goats here. Like, I've noticed like every neighborhood here has at least like 2 or 3 people who have goats. I was thinking let my cat fight, but I wasn't sure who would win. Yeah, when it comes to raccoons, it's probably just better to make sure that your pet don't fight a raccoon, because that could go either way, man. I mean, the raccoon could just be a savage fighter, be like a vet out in the streets, literally just out in the streets, and fuck that cat up. Oh no, the peacock? Oh, the peacock. Alright, well, there's raccoons everywhere here, but yeah. Peacock, that's still a pretty competitive battle. I mean, there are some mean bitches. I mean, peacocks are mean. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think a cat could overcome on that one because they just got those claws and, you know, the jaws and the canines to, you know, get in there. But I don't know. I think a peacock can peck an eye out, you know, and just jab right into it a couple times. It could do some damage. But I don't know. I think the cat might be able to overcome, but might get fucked up, you know. Overcome, but get fucked up in the process. Like Rocky. Just like you come out of it, you win, but damn, did you get fucked up. It's like that situation. I like this music. Man. I don't even know what to expect about tomorrow because I finally turned 21 tomorrow. I don't even know where to start with that day, dude. I'm just like, shit. It's just like, I know I got like some dinner fucking thing that my whole folks are planning, and then I know my friends are taking me to a bar right after that. So I feel like a lot of the day is going to involve getting drunk. So, that will be a fun time. That will definitely be a fun time. Oops. I triggered the fuck out of a Trump supporter on the max. Do tell, bro. Lay it on me. Trigger Trump supporters. Trigger beyond belief. Lay it on me, bro. What happened? I kind of want to know what happened, man. When I turned 21, my brain noticeably leveled up. I feel it developing every year. I keep clicking like the menu for my phone and it keeps exiting it out. But yeah, like I could definitely tell like when my brain is like developing in a sense, like you can kind of feel like. So, I mean, there's a lot of, and also he's for a Vietnam vet, you would most definitely say that you should be anti-war, right? Vietnam was a fucked up war. Like what the trauma that people were induced in our troops, including the Vietnamese and the Cambodians and Laotians as well. She wasn't intelligent enough to take the discussion anywhere. Of course they're not. I remember being less conscious at 18, less woke. Well, yeah, I mean, because your brain develops, it doesn't really stop developing until around 25-ish, around that time. The Vietnam guy left soon. She was too extreme for him. So the Vietnam guy wasn't that bad. It was just the lady who was the extremist. I can't wait for the day where I can eventually start getting... I'm hearing police cars. I didn't do it. But yeah, good lord. I mean, like I at least would have more. I don't know. Sometimes it's just hard to like. She kept talking about how she believes Trump has the highest approval rating ever. Look at. Wait, a raccoon growled at you? Really? Well, probably because I was in the tree trying to... Well, considering how I was the last one in the tree...
No, there's 2 more in the tree.
Oh, really? Oh, so there was more than there. So they're just...
There was 2 guys.
So they were just like... They just had enough. They're like, get the fuck away from me. I want out. I want to return to my fam. Go away. Leave me alone.
Yeah, that's why they're like, hey, chill and just get some out.
And then she kept insulting my sources without providing any sources. Yeah, ad hominem attacks. Couldn't even feed their people. Well, because they were bombed to death and we napalmed them. That's why they couldn't feed them. At this point, she was flat out yelling.
You gotta be careful. You have rabies a
What?
lot. Raccoons will have rabies.
See, for social fails, Agent Warren wins.
You should be safe if there's a
Oh, man.
Don't worry about just one single one. You don't know if they have rabies, but if there's a family, they don't have rabies.
Oh, yeah. And then the second just work chimes in and tells her to shut the fuck up. So basically, one of them was reasonable and the other one was delusional. So the Vietnam vet one sounded like he was more respectful. Service across it. How about not? How about just deal with the actual threat instead of like harming like people's everyday lives? And then they got little yelling match over who is the real Trump supporter. They're gonna eat themselves alive. They will. They are. Best master ride ever. It's more effective. Yeah, I was hearing them all.
The 2 and 3 were around.
Yeah.
Chill out, dudes.
Best.
Just get some out.
It's more of warfare. No, it's not. You know, what's more most effective tactical warfare is just not doing warfare. Like, alright, like, what will be... Alright, so... If... Just straight up... Bombing... agriculture is the best attack to warfare, how is it? I mean, really. You're not just affecting... Like, the actual warfare here. I mean, at that point, other people's lives... Granted, in warfare, everyone's lives are at stake, but I mean... Seriously, especially with Agent Orange, especially with the damage that's caused, especially to our own people too. Con on any part of the world, it might inspire people in the West. We can't have that happen. Okay, why not? Why not? I mean, why not? You're saying we can't have it happen, but not providing specifically why here. So I mean. I'm willing to have this kind of conversation, like, you know, like always. But I mean, like, we gotta have a little bit more here. If socialism fails, all right. If it fails, then how come like socialist systems like healthcare and stuff like that happen to work out pretty well for Western nations? And also, how come things like the military, which are considered socialist because it's done federally and it's not privatized at all, unless you have private military industries out there as well, which I guess our system does that a little bit, but it's more about U.S. assertion of free trade in order to sustain manufacturing industry. Well, yeah, but we're talking mainly about the philosophy of socialism here. So, even though there's certain aspects of socialism that have worked very well so far. Infantry democracies profess to succeed in other countries. So basically, so you're anti-democratic then. You're essentially coming up and admitting that you're not democratic at all right now. Because, well, actually, you've admitted that before, so I think I've already known this. So, here's why I disagree with that, because what's wrong with having the people of a land that you don't even live in? You know, how does a different governmental system affect you, because even though you don't live there or have any effects to them until you start having an intervention there? Like, how does it affect you? I'm trying to get this. Because those fills in other countries. How? How though? I mean, you still haven't exactly said how they fail or why they're failures in a certain sense. So, yeah, yeah. As long as I can at least have like a premise as to why, then I can at least go somewhere with it. Because right now I can only just speculate what you believe at this point as to why, but then I would just essentially be assuming on what you believe, and I don't want to do that. I know there'd be a delay, but I don't know. Guess we haven't launched that. Well, while you're wait, I assume Johnson was being sarcastic. No, he actually has these beliefs, so that's why we have these random little discussions. You know, because they're entertaining. Because CIA destroys and undermines those countries' economy as a form of warfare. So then it's not socialism that is failing the country; it's the CIA attempting to topple that country that's making it fail. So it's not technically socialism that is failing those countries then. So it's literally their primary means of warfare. Well, yeah, that is the CIA primary means of warfare, because their means of warfare is to instill regimes that are more in favor towards the West, i.e. like Podesta in Cuba before Castro came in. And I mean, you know, and then also there was Guatemala, Nicaragua. I mean, also there was the attempt with Vietnam. So I mean, these are things that have happened that have also destabilized the regions and happened to make them worse. So I mean, it's not. I mean, you still haven't exactly made the argument as to specifically why socialism has it fails or makes it fail. Because so far, at least the main argument right now is that the CIA topples these governments as a form of warfare, which thus makes them fail. But then that means socialism wouldn't have caused the failure of that country. So, I mean, I don't know. What do you think on here, Stefan? Since you're here, you know, having a little muse to follow us. I mean, this isn't just between him and I mean, anyone here is free to, you know, put input. I mean, what do you think I do these? I mean, it's literally like just this little open free discussion area I like to do with people on the internet. So, I mean, yeah. Socialist fails for the same reason capitalist fails. Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Well, yeah, I mean, that happens with every system, too. I think pure socialism actually wouldn't work, and I also think pure capitalism wouldn't work, and I also think communism wouldn't work. I mean, a pure system definitely would not work. I definitely can agree to that. A better alternative is to allow most people to struggle to pay rent their whole life. How? Why is that a better alternative? how is it a better alternative for me to just chug and struggle my way through life, barely making ends meet, compared to having a at least relatively comfortable life where I can have a little extra cash to have fun with a little hobby, or have a travel every like 6 months or some shit to a different state or a different country even. I mean, what sounds like a better alternative? I kind of performed the latter, to have a nice, decent, relatively comfortable life. Nothing luxurious. I mean, you can work your way up to that with an equal opportunity, but everyone should at least be comfortable enough just living. If you don't want to contribute, that's fine. Here's your little like studio apartment with a little one bathroom, and then the rest is just one fat room. Have fun with it. But for everyone else who wants to work fit, here's some comfortable meals for yourself. If all the socialist countries are extremely authoritarian, use their people for the profit of the state. Yeah, because it forces innovation like Taco Bell, Pizza Hut, Steve Jobs. Alright. So, with the first two, those are just food chains, and they make plenty of money, and they would still make plenty of money even if they did support living wages for all their workers. Even if they laid off, like, a couple stores. Besides, there's, various different types of fast food chains anyway out there. And Steve Jobs, he's just this, innovative thinker anyway, and a inventor. So that's not the same as some minimum wage guy. Unless you talk about the factories that make his products and shit, then that's one thing. We wouldn't have Mountain Dew or Doritos without capitalism. I mean, who said we went without it? I mean, you can still. I read there was actually something that I read. It was about wheat. There was actually this socialist scientist who was a agriculturalist and a farmer who genetically modified the wheat to be like this very essentially like regular wheat, but it's the wheat we know today now. And I forgot his name, but he was able to modify wheat to sustain harsher weathers, to sustain harsher climate, and to sustain better and longer. So, and also it's more fruitful in harvest. So the guy who's essentially given us the wheat we know of today is a socialist and was in the Soviet Union. So to say that we wouldn't have things of today without capitalism isn't necessarily true. We probably wouldn't have something specifically like Mountain Dew, or maybe specifically like Doritos, but you would still have innovation and creativity and different different things. Like for me, because I don't know, I've always called myself a democratic socialist. I keep clicking that fucking menu thing. Anyway, I'll quit messing around. We haven't had a pure capitalist country since the early 20th century. The only difference is people are used for the profit of corporations, like an oligarchical system. Yeah, and it's actually a really good song for the theme that we're talking about. But yeah, for example, with these tax cuts, being permanent for the corporations in the higher classes, while the middle and lower classes only get them temporary, and I think they get an increase later on anyway. So it's just so we get more of a burden while the richer and elites get a cut, and also they get bailouts and subsidy checks and shit every now and then. So on top of that, they just get a gift from the government because hey, you gave us money, we did you a favor, you treated us well, thank you. Here's the check. So don't know if it was the original intention of the song, but Peace Sells describes it very well. The extremes are not the answer. It's not. Just look what the fuck happened with, just look what's been going on, with this far right and the far left, with the SJWs and then with the alt-right. That is most definitely a problem, both those sides. It's you can't have a concise, just your own individual thought anymore. So, instead of having something like what we're doing now, just talking back and forth and shit, we're just calling each other libcucks and libtards, and what are the SJW exactly? Social justice warriors. People will continue to surrender more of their human rights to maintain a living wage. Soon they will be living to surrender their free will entirely. How's surrendering your human rights maintain? What? People will continue to surrender more of their human rights to maintain a living wage. How? Maintaining a living wage just increases to live a wage. So, what? Soon they will be willing to surrender their free will entirely. I always hear people complain about them, but can never actually swim with her. No, not like that. What did they do? Alright, well, for example, have you heard of this Sarah Zhang? She's this Asian bitch who recently got hired at the New York Times, and she literally talks about how white people are just awful pieces of shit, and how they are like the bane of society, parasites, and how like she laughs at old dying white people and shit like that. It's those type of figures, and yet while they say shit like this, they call out outrage and hate speech whenever you say something like that about Jews or about black people or about anything else or about gay people or anything. So they call out outrage on and censor essentially, but then you supposedly call out for freedom of diversity, even though they're not exactly. Whites are racist against whites. Lol. It's not just whites, but yeah, essentially, it's weird. It's really hard to explain. There's nothing more rewarding than laying on a beach. Problem is, it's free. Huh? It's a beach. It's public space. Of course, it's free. Well, I mean, you got blocks that are private because there are people who own it, but you have public beaches too. What's wrong with that? You get if you want, you got beach right there, just for you. Time is money. No, it's not. Time is time. Money is money. So I don't know how spending time at the beach is like wasting money or investing money. Like, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, I think at this point, I feel like at some point, I think you and I are probably gonna have like a little debate on our channel at some point, or at my channel, eventually. Just sitting around waiting for the chat, isn't the most greatest pastime. The 1% don't have time to enjoy themselves because they're always worried about money. Well, maybe they instead of worrying about money, maybe they should go enjoy themselves and spend it a little. I mean, unfortunately, that's kind of on them. I mean, that's not my problem if they're worried about profits and shit and, don't want to go spend time and enjoy themselves and spend a little, live a little, That's on them. I mean, so they want to be like that. There's nothing for me to do about it. I mean, I can't change how someone, acts about things. I can only, say how I feel about things, you know what I mean? Well, I think it's really stupid and very, simple-minded of them to just only think about money about it, instead of, every now and then just being like, all right, let's live a little, we made some good successes. The company did very good this year. I'm gonna take, a 1 month vacation and, go ahead and, enjoy myself, live a little, why not? Cut contacts for a little bit, just be me, my family, call it, a good 1 month vacay. Why not? But, no, they just want, I don't know. German Mills, or Monsanto, just got sued for $290 million. Yeah, because some guy got covered up in Roundup or something like that and got cancer from it because of the mixture of the chemicals in the Roundup. So, they fucked to Monsanto. I mean, at that point, they should probably just rework how Roundup is made and change it up so it's not cancerous. But they have hundreds more lawsuits pending. Yeah, the reason why this one went so fast is because the guy is literally dying of cancer. So I mean, they kind of have a reason to kind of go with this as a main priority. But I mean, it's because they got a lot of shady practices. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with the things they do, with GMOs and shit. Because what do you think, these farms that we've had for generations, for thousands of years are, that's genetically modifying fruits and, our plants that we farm and stuff. So I mean, we've already been genetically modifying over time. It's just that we're able to do it at a rate pretty much like that, instead of doing it for over generations. So I mean, it's just that we've been able to speed up the process at this point, and we're able to do it a lot more crazy now too, including independent farmers and suing them for patent infringement. That's a problem. See, they can't be allowed to do that. You shouldn't, how do you patent a fucking seed and then fucking, if it spreads to another farm, what do you expect? TJ kisses Monsanto's ass when it comes to the topic of GMOs. Did you know what the whole point of the GMO is? I mean, I don't know specifically the whole point of GMOs. I'm sure there's a lot of different reasons as to why, but TJ amazing sellout. That's amusing. I love this shit. Sometimes you just have like a little bluesy night with 5% of battery left. To make a plant immune to pesticide or herbicides that pollute water sources or likely poison or soil. Yeah, and I find that to be an alright thing. Set up a super chat. I need 1,000 subscribers in order to be eligible. So until I get 1,000 subs, I am unable to do a super chat, or else I would. But I can't yet. But yeah, I've never been against GMOs. I've just been against the shady practices that are done with them. We don't know true effects because Monsanto and Co. do all the testing in the house. Yeah, they don't like to do a lot of open research. You don't do transparent research with them. It's like, I wouldn't have an issue with them if they were just transparent about the shit they did. And the FDA just gives them a green light. Probably because they give them money. And the FDA just is like, okay, gave us money. We'll let it through. Alright. I mean, look what the administration now. I think the FDA just allowed asbestos to be okay again. Trump make asbestos great again. They're more worried about regulating GMO than pesticide use. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing wrong with regulating GMOs, but you have to also regulate other things too. I mean, they're just avoiding the problem, the actual problem. Yeah, I mean, it's essentially going too far with one thing and not doing enough on another thing. Or I guess not at all for this case. So I mean, that's money in politics is just, you know, the problem. You gotta get it out, and then at least have it representative of us, at least. Super chat connected, shot caller, internet, and charge viewers $100 to electrocute you. I mean, when I do super chats, I'm gonna do things for good sums of bucks, but I don't know about that. Lol. Yes. Fuck you, Stefan. You'll get rich quick. Well, I mean, whatever to get a little extra cash, I guess. I mean, hell, I'll volunteer to drop the price to 50. Drop the price? Well, I guess if you're doing it, then alright. Alright, $50 for Stefan to do it, $100 for me. Who wouldn't want to electrocute some guy? Yeah. I mean, it would have to be like a 3-second duration, and if you donate over the required amount, then you get a higher dosage of charge. Are we actually getting a genuinely kind of a good idea going? Alright. At first I was thinking, fuck that, but now I'm thinking, you know what? You know, I'm only... remote. Well, yeah, of course. Now that I'm thinking about it... Well... I don't know. I'm still skeptical with it, but... it's in the thought process. I'll keep it that much. Well, Stefan, I don't know if you saw yet, but me and Tyler saw the show, the movie Attack of the Killer Donuts, and we have the live stream of it. It's glorious. It's insane, dude. It's called Being an Entrepreneur. Well, I mean, I'm already kind of attempting to do that. I just haven't set up the actual financial thing yet because, well, I mean, there's nothing much going as of right now for that to happen. So, you know, I'm just holding off a little bit until everything else gets put in place. So. Ugh. There we go. This is nice right here. My phone back. Still at 5%. Nice. Actually, I'm thinking about getting something to drink, so I'll actually be right back. Grab something to drink really quick. Keep my throat a little refreshed and less cottonmouthy. Oh shit, well it's actually officially my birthday today now. Well, quite nice, but I'm not technically born yet. I'm born like around 11 o'clock at night. That's when I was born. My birthday, young blood. Yeah. Speaking of shamelessly self-promoting, my channel is going to be going again in a week or so. Oh shit, what are you making up for content, Stefan? Well, let's go to my channel. I'm going to upload Hitler speeches with this instrumental music background. Tech videos. All right. I'll show you too. Hey, and whenever you're out in Bozeman shit, and I got my show going, you are definitely gonna be a guest, man. Maybe some more net neutrality stuff. Yeah, dude, talk about news politics every now and then. JK. Yeah, bro. I mean, people re-upload Hitler speeches, so nothing against that. I mean, that's historical content. That's your basis, if that's how you'd be doing that. But, yeah. Yeah, but, Stefan, I should try to convince you, though, however, to become a patron of DFF for only a simple $5 base. And then you can join the Discord on DFF, and then you can join me along with the shenanigans on the Discord. I'm sure you know about Discord, right, Stefan? I mean, you're a tech geek. You have to know about Discord. You know about Discord, don't you? Come on. Give me... Yeah, I know. I've heard of it. Okay. Alright. Well, you should set one up. Discord's pretty cool. Alex Jones gets banned, and now CNN's putting out articles saying his app's being taken down also. Yeah, and that's fucked up. As much as Alex Jones is, crazy shenanigans, Haas told me not to use it because of security issues. There's security issues with it? I've never heard of any security issues before. Huh. It says Telegram is better. I mean, I'm only using Discord for my Discord channel and for the Deep Fat Fried Discord channel, which I just invite you to both of those. So, I mean... those are the only Discords I'd ever be using, so if that's the case, I mean, you should be okay. Because both of those are pretty secure. I mean, mine's, like, got nothing. Besides just, whoever follows me, whoever has Discord. Which I need to get a link down below now, starting with my shit. But... I'm just taking this fucking whatever's going on back here out. I don't know what was going on back there, but it was getting ridiculous. Yeah, I'd be up for it. Yeah, I do. Plus it's a pretty easy way to keep in touch with, with a bunch of people, so... I mean, I've been talking with a bunch of people that I'm familiar with around, Deep Fat Fried, Pessimist Productions community. That, like, it's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. Every now and then I get to see Paul or TJ or, come on, which is pretty cool. Get chat with them every now and then. Alright. I'm gonna do a couple more hits and probably do an outro for tonight. Do one more stream, hope Carl come by. I was hoping my boy come by in, but I guess not. Oh well. Oh well. He missed out, but he'll get to see, he'll get to see what's going on. He'll get to see afterwards. You know what? Alright. This is mainly a question for Stefan, but should I get a harmonica? Should I do that, Stefan? A harmonica? Should I delve into that? Get like a mic made for it. Yes, lol. Alright, I think it's settled. I'm gonna find a harmonica on eBay and get one then. Because I have some spare cash that I've been kind of getting. I thought you already had one? I wish! How much are they? Like 20 bucks or something like that? They're cheap. Yeah, I'll just go. I'll probably grab like a few of them. If they're cheap, like it maybe like a set. Like a set of like 4 of them. Maybe Harley had one. Yeah, I think he had one. Maybe. Like a little one. I want to get like a nice big fat one, you know, that goes like really high up and really nice and low. You know? Like, that'd be nice, dude, because there's just something about playing a harmonica that, I mean, you know Robert, you know the old man. I mean, he would fucking just love that. Every now and then, just blast that out. $6. That cheap? Oh, dude, I'm getting like a set of them, dude. I'm gonna get like a fat set. With good ratings also. Oh, good shit, dude. Yeah. You know what? We're gonna do. Hold up. I'll be right back.
She's got more living to do. You can search this whole wide world over. Never
Alright, I actually need to see what I'm doing, so hold on. Oh my goodness, hold up. There we go. Oh, come on.
down to the St. James Infirmary.
Alright, now I can put them back on. Hey, hello drummers. Alright, well, good thing I'm wrapping it up. I'm just kind of fucking around right now. But
There's some room for in that department.
well, I mean, everyone's back besides mine is fucked up, so I mean, I can see why. Obviously, no offense to literally everyone but me. Let's been letting this song play on because it's a good song.
Yeah, it must be contagious or something.
Well, starting to feature off now. Well, because I have to go all night. That's alright. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow sometime. Don't know exactly when, but probably sometime soon. I got fucked up. So, I'll enjoy my fucked upness in peace. But anyway, peace everybody.